Hola, my name is Ramon, cosmetic chemist, esthetician, doer of skincare. It has been a minute. I have been busy. I'm gonna be really honest. There's just been a lot to do. YouTube, as much as I love doing YouTube content, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of coordination as opposed to just throwing a phone on a tripod and recording a quick little Instagram video or TikTok. But I've had a lot of people like DM me or comment being like, where are you? So I'm back, I'm here. And yeah, let's get into it. We're doing a nighttime skincare routine, new setup, new apartment. That's one of the reasons I have not been here for a while. So that being said, I mean, set your phone up, go to your bathroom, do your nighttime skincare routine with me. We're gonna do this together. Sorry if I keep looking over here. I haven't actually thought about what I'm going to use tonight. So I'm like looking at all the skincare right next to me being like, what's tonight's routine going to look like? But first things first, I'm gonna wash my hands. Always start with some clean hands. So I don't got no makeup on today, but I'm still going to double cleanse because I have to. Like in my heart of hearts, I have to double cleanse. So I'm going in with the Green Tea Pure Cleansing Balm from a brand called YADAH. YADAH is a Korean skincare brand. You can see I have eaten through this with me and my husband. I like this because it's like a very mushy texture already, so it's very easy to get into. It melts down super easy and it breaks down makeup super easy as well. Main things behind this is just like olive oil and green tea powder. While we're here, relishing in a little facial massage. What else have I been up to? I've been traveling a lot. In the cosmetic chemist world, we have a whole circuit of events that pretty much happen like spring into summer. A lot of those are ingredient focused. So in Europe, it's called In Cosmetics. In the US, it's called Suppliers Day. And that's where you go to the companies that sell you the raw material. So you know how when like you're looking at the Inky and you see panthenol, glycerin, azelaic acid. These are the companies that sell those ingredients. And so you go to these fairs, A, for FaceTime, B, for networking, and C, they throw some great parties. But I've been doing a bit of that and that took up a lot of my, what was that, like March, April, May, June timeframe. I'm traveling a lot. For the first time ever, I really gotten to go on brand trips. I've been doing this now for 4 years, but I feel like I'm not a hot girl influencer. Like I'm not over here with like lifestyle. I don't flaunt high-end luxury. I'm not one of those like hot trendy girls. So I don't get invited to like brand trips, even though I live for the concept. But I got to go on a couple this year, one of them with Bloom Effects, who their brand actually based in Amsterdam, and that was really, really cool. That involved us going to see the tulip fields in, it was like West Netherlands. I'm gonna rinse this off real quick. Rinsed off, no residue, we're all good. Let's go with the cleanser. One that I have right next to my sink is from Byoma. It's their Milky Moisture Cleanser. Love this. I love having a gel cleanser and a Milky cleanser at my disposal just based off the mood or convenience. My only beef with Byoma is I hate the little dispensers on these because they're so small. You really gotta work to get a good amount of product. What other? I went on a really fun trip with topicals recently to the Hampton. Sorry, I live in the hood. I went on a really fun trip with topicals to the Hamptons, living my white girl fantasy, white chicks fantasy. That was a really cool trip because it's basically summer school style. All of us there were practicing professionals, or we all worked in the skin of color world. So a lot of estheticians, I met some really amazing girls there, but it was taught by two amazing content creators, Skin Class Hero and Cave of Beauty, Ashley and Lily. And they gave us a rundown on skin conditions, skin concerns of melanated skin individuals, how to target and treat those, methods of treatment, especially in the clinic. So that was a lot of fun. What else have I done? I filmed with Allure. So if you haven't seen those Allure videos of like cosmetic chemist breaks down or cosmetic chemist guesses most expensive versus most affordable, I filmed a couple of those. I'll have those linked below if you want to watch those. That was one of the coolest experiences. They actually like had just changed the entire set before I showed up. So it's a completely new setup, and I've seen like Javon Ford do those and a few other chemists. So being a part of that legacy was really fun, and I'm filming more. I actually, I guess, rebooked a gig. So I will be going back to LA soon to film more of those, so stay tuned. I am in my content bag. I'm working this in for a bit, but the thing with Milky cleansers that no one really talks about is you kind of want to start with it as is, dry, work it in, and then slowly but surely add more water to really emulsify that cleanser and make sure you're breaking everything down. That's the big thing with obviously Milky cleansers. They're not foaming. So you kind of have to like not work a little bit more, but they just work more different. So in order to really get that cleanse that you want that feels clean, kind of like the trick to using a Milky cleanser. I love a Milky cleanser. Aside from this one, what are some other ones I really like? Dr. Sam Bunting's that the Hair Clear Gel Cleanser, that's really really, really gorgeous. It's a gel, like when it pumps out, but it doesn't foam. It's like a milk cleanser in that regard. Jordan Samuels, ugh, love his skincare. And then Aveeno, if you want like a really affordable option. Okay, let me rinse this out real quick. We are cleansed and dripping everywhere. The category for tonight, and actually it's been for the last few months, has been nourishing cleansing, like very simple, non-stripping cleansing, just because I've been going crazy with actives as I normally do. My skin is still like going through it. I've been traveling a lot. I was just in Las Vegas for Cosmoprof North America. Lots of fun. But just the stress of traveling and the stress of living my life, my skin has been acting out. But that being said, we are post-cleanse. The first thing I want to do after cleansing, one thing I've been really loving, and I'm actually almost out of this, from PREQUEL, this is the hypochlorous acid spray. Hypochlorous acid right now is like a very hot topic, mainly because the circumstantial evidence around it is not there. And obviously in chemistry world, we're like, what's the evidence? Where are the clinicals? So a lot of the efficacy data on there as to a lot of the claims people make around it, like it's great for acne, it's great for redness. Those are more anecdotal, as in people have used it and been like, oh, it did this for me, but like there's no actual clinical data with a wide set of participants and statistically significant data. Therefore, you can't go crazy making claims about hypochlorous acid. That being said, I do love to use it. I do find that personally, it does help me from getting so red. I like to use it as an aftershave specifically. I mean, I use it in tandem with a lot of other actives, but it fits in my blemish targeting treatment routine, basically. But with hypochlorous acid, you need to let it do its job without anything else on top of it, because you can essentially deactivate the ingredient. So you're gonna let that dry down. I'm working on finishing my master's in cosmetic science. That's a big question I get all the time. How do I become a cosmetic chemist? How do I get into this world? There's a lot of avenues. You can go the traditional chemistry, biochemistry route. That's how a lot of the chemists that I know that do this have gotten in, like Esther Olu, Javon Ford, Jane Sui, Kenna Whitnell. But then you also have less traditional routes, like chemical engineering. I did cosmetic science. So it's basically a lot of those applied, but a lot more condensed and a lot more topically specific to the cosmetic world. But also my degree encompasses a lot of different facets of the cosmetic industry. So it's not just formulation, and it's not even just skincare formulation. What do you want to do? Color cosmetic, hair, sun care, perfumery, packaging, testing, all these different things. Running a clinical trial. So that's that, that's down. Next, I'm gonna go in with Tried and True. I've talked about this on my channel a lot, from Soft Services. This is their clearing mist. Low percentage of salicylic acid, zinc PCA, tea tree, I forget what else. The nozzle kind of broke, so it doesn't mist as fine anymore. So I got to spray it in my hands and then apply it on my face like this. Aside from that, yeah, working on my master's. So I'll be done with that hopefully very soon. And then I have a job, like a job. I usually work developing formulas or consulting for other brands, but obviously BD just done. But I have a job now. I'm the head of formulation and NPD for a brand called HUE, which, I mean, it's HUE, but it's also HUE You Exist. It's founded by two women of color. One is a doctor, one's an architect. The whole concept behind it is everything that goes into the brand is specifically focusing on melanated skin, Fitzpatrick 4 through 6, but obviously intended for everyone. So on my end, it's what is the efficacy data? Where are the clinical trials? Where is the testing data? Do you include darker skin types in these protocols? This is their product called Supra-fade. This is not sponsored, I just work for the brand. I didn't make this product. They made this before I joined the company. Supra-fade specifically is a product targeting pigmentation. So you got a mix of really, really fun actives in here. And the whole thing, Hani, the founder, and she did NPD before I joined, she was like, I needed everything at their therapeutic levels and based on clinical trials. So you got azelaic acid in here, which is like the biggest thing. And she was like, that was the biggest pain in the ass in developing this, is getting the azelaic acid adequately dispersed, which from cosmetic chemist world, that is one of the hardest things to do. Kojic acid, it doesn't have the niacinamide because she is allergic to niacinamide, so niacinamide free. But yeah, that was the whole point of this. So now my job is, what are the next products? So we're working on, I think, the next 4 to 6 are ideated / we're already getting in the middle of the development process for those. I'm actually going to the contract manufacturer this coming week to visit and talk to them. That's a lot of fun. It's very like big boy pants on now. I know like I do all these things and now I'm like, I'm a cosmetic chemist. I feel like a little kid in this world, truth be told. It's so funny going to these like conventions and meeting all these people. And they're like, I love your work. And I'm like, girl, I don't know who you think you're talking to. I'm like literally a child. But you know, I have fun with it. After that, I'm gonna go in with a retinol right now. This is from KIEHL'S. It's a microdose. Fun story though, actually, at In Cosmetics, which is the European Ingredients Convention, or like international. That's like the main one. I was walking around and this lady randomly stopped and looked at me and she like started freaking out. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so starstruck right now. And I'm like, girl, I'm a regular person, relax. But I was like, no, sweetie, like, relax, like, what's up? Let's talk about it. Who are you? What's your name? She's basically telling me she is the manager specifically of formulation or development for sun care from a manufacturer that makes Banana Boat and Hawaiian Tropic sunscreens. And she was like, I love your work. I love everything you're doing with your content. And I'm like, girl, I love your work. You're freaking out about me. I'm freaking out about you. Like, this is major for me. And she's actually like from my hometown area, which is really cool. So I will link up with her whenever I go back home. But stuff like that is what I've been up to, kind of. Like really exploring the world, literally. And getting to meet a lot of people and essentially just like utilizing the platform that I have built and that I've cultivated over the last 4 years with you guys to kind of spread the word and I guess bring a lot of transparency to what we do on this end. Like obviously I review skincare, which like a lot of people can do and do super well. I just do it from a very specific niche lens since I can make the product and I've developed the product. So it's like, what is the thought process in developing this and what's going into actually formulating the product? Obviously, due to the people like me, like Esther, like Jane, like Javon, like Alex from Educated Mess, we have created such a visibility of what cosmetic chemistry is and how to make all these products. And obviously trying to end the fear mongering. What product am I going with next? But we're getting these chances now to like really be visible and I guess articulate, here's how we got where we got, here's how we do what we do. I'm gonna go now with like the last moisturizing step. This is from a brand called Cool as a Cucumber. This is actually, I don't know if it's actually launched yet. This is their Barrier Smith Ceramide Treatment Cream, Face Ceramide Moisturizer. The girls behind this, here's the deal. First of all, I'll explain this product. The founders of this, Sarah and YADAH, they are adults with acne prone skin. So they chose to develop this line called Cool as a Cucumber. All the products are specifically for individuals with acne prone skin. Well, not all the products are even treatment targeted, but they're just products that can work for blemish prone skin and that are better for those skin types. But they sent me this product, which I've been really liking. I got to meet them. They're really amazing girls. They're from Turkey. They live in New York, but I got to meet them and they really broke down and explained the brand, the product, their objective with the brand. And the reason I met them actually was at In Cosmetics in Paris. And we got to talking and then I told them when we were in New York again for Suppliers Day. But what I was gonna get to is one thing I'm really getting tired of, if you want some skincare tea, is brands who start people who start brands who are started by people with the intention of just financial gain. There's no illicit intention of, I wanna start a skincare brand because I see a specific niche or I personally have a message I wanna portray with my brand. No, people are just doing it for like financial gain. You see like a lot of like tech bros or finance people getting into cosmetics for that reason. Cool as a Cucumber is a really good example of a brand who they themselves have skincare concerns. They themselves wanted to develop a brand with a really cool, unique perspective. And thus the products really reflect that message. And so that's really what I've been looking for in brands recently is like with intention or with really cool perspective. A lot of chemist founded brands. Another one I've been really liking is from a brand called DERMWEL. The girl behind this, her name is Sarah. She is a chemical engineer and this is her daily dose. It's like a multi-acid daily serum. It has vitamin C. It has other exfoliants in there, but it's a really cool product that I'm like, oh, this is formulated with intention. Obviously Experiment World's another example. Cosmetic Chemist Founded, Educated Mess, same thing. But that's been a focus of mine. Like I'm tired of these investment capital brands, for lack of a better word, that just like launch product, see what happens. Launch an iteration of the product, even if it's not perfect, and then we'll just better it along the way. I'm tired of that. Launch a good product. So yeah, we're good for the night. Those are just some new products I've been trying. Not sponsored. Most of it is PR, but that's a different story. But I have been just, yeah, busy traveling, busy with life, and content's taking a little bit of a back seat. Not my short form. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I do post a little bit more regularly there. I've just been busy working, but like more behind the scenes. But let me know in the comments section, do you want the AM version of this video? We'll definitely do that. We'll talk about some different products specifically for blemish prone skin. Let me know what other content you want to see on the channel. I'm going to do more lab content long form on YouTube because I feel like no one's really doing that right now. And I do a lot of that on short form and it's doing really well, but like I can bring that here to you guys and it's a lot more fun because I can just like talk a little bit more relaxed. I don't have the constraint of I have 90 seconds to make this video. I'm gonna still be doing the sunscreen reviews, but do you want those done a little bit differently? Let me know. I'm happy to change some stuff up and bring new content to the platform. Side note to add to that, first of all, actually forgot one more step. Lip. This is from Fenty. It's their Plush Puddin. Content's been like really negative for me. Like it's really hard. I get some really bad comments. So that's not really discouraging because I'm used to that. It's like, damn, I'm like really fighting this uphill battle to just like not be ridiculed whenever I post a video. But on top of that, people just complain all the time on social media. A lot of videos that especially do really well are generally really, really negative. And you're always comparing yourself to other people when you're in these shoes. Like you might have a good video and like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm very blessed to have the following that I have, but you're still always gonna compare yourself to the person that has more followers than you or gets more views than you. So it's been really hard to make content because I like beat myself up over the fact that like I'm not this viral sensation, and I'm fighting against a lot of hurdles to make that happen. Like obviously, like I'm very outwardly effeminate and gay, which is not a big success factor in this industry, surprisingly. I'm also not white and blonde. That's also a big hurdle, I guess, that I'm pushing past. Yeah, it's been really hard. That's also been a reason why I haven't really been pursuing content that much, just because it's like so much adversity, and girl, I'm lazy. Like, I don't want to have to keep fighting all the time, but I'm here for a reason, to give a platform and a voice to those who look and act like me, and therefore get them in the industry as well. So we're gonna keep pushing. Yeah, let me know what else you want to see in content. Let me know what other videos you would like, with specific products you'd like me to talk about. I'd love to do that for you. Thank you guys for watching and joining me back after so many months. Thanks for being patient. Love you guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and beauty related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.